Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel and my series on the Panasonic FZ82. If this is the first video in the series that you've seen, don't worry, I will be linking to more videos in the series at the end of this one. Now this camera has many tricks up its sleeve, but one I think you should be trying to exploit with the FZ82 is its time-lapse feature. Whilst many phones have this time-lapse feature on them, quite a few DSLR cameras still don't. What is great about the FZ82 is that it does assemble all of the shots in the time-lapse in camera for you. No downloading hundreds of, if not thousands of images into your PC and having to open Photoshop or similar and create a time-lapse there. It's all done in camera. One essential for time-lapse photography is a tripod. You can get away with mounting the camera on a solid wall or something similar for a time-lapse, but it's still best if you have a tripod to use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the mode on the camera. My preference is usually to shoot in aperture priority. However, don't worry if you don't use that mode. You can shoot in intelligent auto, P mode, shut priority, or even manual if you want to. So for step 2, we're going to call up the menu using the middle button there, menu button, and we're going to bring it up onto the photo mode, and then we're going to scroll through to the page, which is page number 4, and if you move down you'll see that we've got a setting there which is for time-lapse. If we come back to the start time, this is quite handy if you don't want to be up at a ridiculous time in the morning and you want to shoot sunrise. Say you're on holiday, you've got a nice apartment, it's guaranteed not to rain, and you can set up your camera and tripod on a balcony. Well, you could set it to set off at say 4 AM, catch the sunrise while you sleep, and then get up and find that your time-lapse has already been created, which is quite handy. So with the time-lapse mode open, you can see we've got settings for start time, shooting intervals, and image count. Now if you click on shooting interval, this will tell you how often the camera is going to take an image, and also the image count is how many images the camera is going to take in the time-lapse. So simply you just change it up and down, so that we don't want that many, but if you click on the right section there, if we take that down, now up. 3 seconds is pretty decent for cloud movement. I did watch a video which said 10 seconds, and what I found was that was far too jumpy and jerky for my liking, so I tried again using 3 seconds, and that's much better. I'll show you now the time-lapse I did in the 10-second mode and see what I mean. If you're wanting to shoot lightning in a storm, then I suggest that you change the shooting interval to 1 second bursts. The downside to time-lapse photography is the fact that it does actually rely on a little bit of maths. If for example you want to produce a video set at 25 frames per second, then your time-lapse you're going to have to be shooting 1500 images. So once you've decided on the length the time-lapse is going to be, then you need to hit the set button, the bottom corner, and then hit the start button. Now the camera will then ask you when you're ready to press the shutter button, and that will start the proceedings. Then it's just a case of sitting back and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting a bit more. Once the time-lapse is completed, you will get this message which says, would you like to create a video now? You don't have to create a video straight away, but it's easier because you have to go and find it in another menu to do it later on. So simply click yes. So the next screen you'll see, which will be this one, and basically what you can do here, the recording quality, you can change that setting. So I've got it set to HD 25 frames a second, but you can alter that. You can't go higher unless you've created it in a higher setting originally, but you can go lower if you want to drop the resolution or the quality. Frame rate, I've got it set to 25 frames per second because that's normally how I render my videos, and I've set the sequence to normal. You can change that and go for reverse, so you can actually see the time lapse happen backwards, which could be quite handy in some scenarios. So next you'll press OK, and it will tell you how long it's going to take to create your time lapse. In this instance, 1 minute. So go yes, and it creates a video like that, and then you can sit and play with it on the camera and decide whether you want to keep it, want to start again, or just save it and view it later on your computer. So pretty much that's it. That's how easy it is to record a time-lapse video using the Panasonic FZ82. If you haven't tried it before, give it a go. It's dead straightforward. If I can manage it, you can manage it. So if you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. If not, if you'd like to watch more videos, I'll be showing you 2 now. And thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye for now.